And I just discount what you're trying to do there. The SNAP benefit is a very important question. The White House has bent over backwards, as we've recounted here, every morning to make sure that Americans' pain is mitigated as much as possible, reduced as possible. So we got the troops paid. They made creative crossroads because the legal analysis said that you could not use the contingency fund if the underlying fund was not flowing. I've explained that into detail here multiple times. Two courts disagreed. So what did the president do? In good faith, showing again that he's willing to bend over backwards to help the American people when Democrats are not, he went to the court and said, fine, show me how to do it, because we can't.
If you want someone to believe a lie, all you have to do is tell it to them over and over and over.
Bending over backwards for the American people, went to the courts who ordered him to release those SNAP benefits to their recipients. He bent over backwards to challenge it and then appeal the decision. That's bending over backwards to help the American people that are in need. His bending over backwards is challenging the answer to what also Mike Johnson said was the question of how do we administer all these funds? I don't know. Donald Trump said, I'm looking for an answer. And when the answer was given, he rejected that answer.
I've called on somebody else. Go ahead.
Thank you.
We're having a press conference. Thank you. Go ahead.
I am part of the American people, and I believe that, and you should respect free speech. I'm asking you a question if you're ready to have a conversation with the other side. You represent all of us. You are the speaker for all of us, sir. You have an obligation, not just.
I'd love to talk with you. Wait. I'd love to talk with you. Come to my office, okay?
Applies to the American people. You have an obligation.
Okay.
You have an obligation
To call the leadership of both parties and bring us together and solve this problem together, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. We're going to go ahead and ask you.
I'm a member of Congress.
Mike Johnson doesn't want to do that. He doesn't care at all about the countless people that are about to suffer due to this government shutdown.
And healthcare is critical. I had a meeting with some constituents last Friday when I was in New Hampshire. One was a man who was probably in his early 50s. He was a small business owner. He had had cancer. He got his insurance through the marketplace. He said, if I didn't have that insurance through the Affordable Care Act, I would not have gone to the doctor. I would not have gotten my cancer treated, and I would be dead by now. So he was talking about how important it is to be able to continue to afford his health insurance. But that's what this fight is about.
Other constituents with stories like these said, I wasn't able to afford health insurance until the tax credits. Please do not take this away. One of my neighbors said, I will either die from working too many hours to afford my health care, or I will die from heart disease. And another, without the enhanced premium tax credits, I wouldn't be able to afford my HIV treatment. These subsidies are literally keeping me alive.
As I take a step aside here, there is quite a bit of military members and their families in line because of this government shutdown, and they're here for a food pantry. There's all sorts of food that is available, and I spoke with some military member spouses, and I spoke with some department heads here at the ASYMCA on why this is so important. What's the difference in the amount of people that you've seen from today to previously?
So when we first started coming, there definitely wasn't this amount of people. It was a lot, but it wasn't this amount to where it wrapped around the building. But lately it has been a lot. Like we were here last week and we were in line for like 2 hours.
And now Mike Johnson just got ambushed to his face. That's right. Take a look at today's top story.
Speaker Johnson. Hi. Congressman Member Luz Rivas from California on behalf of freshman class.
Okay.
I'm delivering a letter demanding a meeting with you on the shutdown and also sharing. Yes, I'm a Democratic freshman.
Okay.
And sharing constituent stories from across the country and how they're impacted by your shutdown.
My shutdown?
Yes.
Well, I'd love to talk to you about that.
Yes.
Remember, we
then
voted
please.
14 times to open, Democrats voted 14 times to close.
We voted to protect health care for Americans.
Healthcare is the debate we were supposed to have in October, November, December. It was always going to be on the schedule. Did they tell you that?
Well, we're here ready to work. We have been out of session since September 19th.
Because the House did our job.
That's your decision. We could be doing the job now. We could be in hearings right now.
We have to get the government open so that we can get paychecks and services and health and food.
Well, you're in control. We can do that.
I'm not in control. We need 5 Democrats in the Senate to help us because we only have 53 votes.
But we could be here working towards a negotiation and hearings. There's a process.
There's nothing we can do that's more important than getting the government open so everybody can have all their services. I mean, I know we agree on that.
Well, you said you would like to meet with us. That's a request from Fresh.
Just add to that, the Democrats are lying about that, and I think they know that. Some of the ones who are out saying it are actually attorneys. They can read the black letter law themselves. They've even filed a lawsuit, you saw, to try to do it. Why? Because they wanted a talking point. They know that's a frivolous piece of litigation. They know they're going to lose, but they also know it'll take many weeks or months to have that ultimately determined by a court because of the way the justice system works. So they're using it as a talking point to try to claim. I believe they know for a fact that what they filed in the court is false. You know, they're lawmakers. They're supposed to know how the law works. And so the whole thing is just shameful, shameful. And they're using the people as pawns in this game. That underlying fund that the Secretary just addressed was unfunded by the...
If you want someone to believe a lie, all you have to do is tell it to them over and over and over.
Millions of people stand to lose their food stamp benefits. What should they do?
My message to America is first, the fact that your government is failing you right now.
When you talk about SNAP, you're talking about largely Democrats, but I'm president. I want to help everybody. I want to help Democrats and Republicans, but when you're talking about SNAP, if you look, it's largely Democrats. They're hurting their own people. Thank you very much, everybody.
If you want someone to believe a lie, all you have to do is tell it to them over and over and over.
Clarifying, when she says we have failed you, she means we, the Democrats, okay?
Many times my first term. One other thing, a number came out today that was amazing. Walmart. I trust Walmart, Arkansas, great place, Arkansas, great company, Walmart. They announced today after many years, they do this every year for many years, that Thanksgiving for the United States of America under Donald Trump as president is 25% less for Thanksgiving meal with all the trimmings than it was under Sleepy Joe Biden's administration. So we talk about affordability. I think that's the best chart. That's better than a poll. That's better than anything I can think of. So Walmart, which everybody trusts, and I trust, and everybody trusts Walmart, they're not looking to do anything except give the numbers. And they have for many years. They talk about the cost of Thanksgiving and the cost of living through Thanksgiving and enjoying Thanksgiving. For Joe Biden, it was 25% more.
Now, this is a lie that you are going to hear a lot from Republicans. You are also maybe going to hear this at your own Thanksgiving dinner. So maybe jot this down, or I know y'all are smart enough to remember this, so let me just say it. The Thanksgiving meal that Donald Trump is referring to, that Walmart sells, did not go down in price. It went down in items from 21 last year to 15 now.
Hello, I'm independent. I want to give you guys a little message. Mike Johnson and the Republican Party do not plan on opening up the government. Number one, they want to strip your health care. This is why they're telling the Democrats to come and sign a clean bill, which is not clean at all. Because if the Democrats open up the government and follow what Trump and this idiot says, then what's going to happen is right away, there goes your premiums. They go sky high, okay? This is why the Democrats are holding out. It's either food stamps or EBT or your health care. Rocketing up sky high. This is why the Democrats are not willing to work with the Republicans, because you can't believe anything that the Republicans say. Every time the Republicans had tried to make some kind of deal with the Republicans turned around and screwed them on it. Trump is the liar. Trump lies so much he should be in the Guinness Book of World Records. And that's the facts.